Dear learners of Standard 7, it's a very good morning and welcome back to my today's online class. Previously, I had discussed with you about the 4 terrestrial planets. That means, among the 8 planets of the solar system, the Mercury, Venus, Earth and Mars, the 4 terrestrial planets I have discussed. Today, I am going to discuss with you about the rest 4, that is giant planets of the solar system: Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus and Neptune. Though there is written in your book a little bit about these planets, but you should know about the major or main features of the planets of the solar system. So let's go to know the giant planets of the solar system. First, this is the Jupiter. So about Jupiter, Jupiter is the largest planet of the solar system and it stands 5th from the Sun by distance. That means if we start from Mercury, Venus, Earth and Mars, the position of Jupiter is in 5th. So Jupiter is one of the brightest objects visible to the naked eye in the night sky and has been known to ancient civilizations since before recorded history. When viewed from Earth, Jupiter is on average the 3rd brightest natural object in the night sky after the Moon and Venus. It is named after the Roman god Jupiter. So Jupiter is the largest planet of the solar system. It stands 5th from the Sun by distance. Now we will know some major features about Jupiter. Its measure is equivalent to about 1300 fold of that of the Earth. Its diameter is 1,42,800 km. It is about 77.8 crore km away from the Sun. And Jupiter orbits the Sun once in 12 years and on its own axis in 9 hours and 53 minutes. The Sun rises and sets in this planet twice in one Earth day. So the atmosphere of Jupiter is very dense and the up-level temperature of this planet's surface is very low and its internal temperature is very high. And you should know one thing, that is the Jupiter has 16 satellites. Now you will know about Saturn, which is known as the ring planet. So about Saturn, in your book there is only the planet Saturn is made of gas only and there is a ring all around it. So Saturn is the only planet of the solar system that is less dense than water. And this Saturn is the 2nd largest planet of the solar system. So first largest planet is the Jupiter, then next the Saturn, and it is the 6th planet of the solar system. The rings of Saturn are made up of small ice and rock particles. Saturn is the 6th planet from the Sun and the 2nd largest in the solar system after Jupiter. It is a gas giant with an average radius of about 9 times than that of Earth. Then Uranus. This Uranus is also made of gas and ice. So Uranus is the 3rd largest planet in the solar system and it is 287 crore km away from the Sun. It orbits the Sun once in 84 years and its atmosphere possesses a vast amount of methane gas. So here Neptune. Next the Neptune. Neptune has 4 faint rings. Some parts of these rings are brighter in areas than others and appear like arcs orbiting the planet. This Neptune is almost a planet like the Uranus, and Neptune is the 8th and furthest known solar planet from the Sun. Neptune, like Uranus, is an ice giant and it's similar to a gas giant, and it is made of a thick soup of water, ammonia and methane flowing over a solid core about the size of the Earth. And Neptune has a thick windy atmosphere. And next one you will know about the Pluto. Pluto is not the planet actually. A luminary named Pluto was called the planet before, But in 2009, the scientists decided that it is a small and incomplete planet. That means to be a planet, some characteristics or features is needed. So Pluto has not that type of fulfilled characteristics. So we can tell the Pluto, and sometimes some scientists told us it is the Plutoid. Is Pluto a planet? No, Pluto is not a planet. It is now considered a dwarf planet. The body that decides the classification of objects in the solar system. And IAU, that means the International Astronomical Union, has changed Pluto's status as a planet and has decided against assigning it a minor planet member of the solar system. So Pluto orbits beyond the orbit of Neptune. It is smaller than many moons, therefore it is now called a dwarf planet. A spacecraft has never visited Pluto, and Pluto rotates in the opposite direction from most of the other planets. Charon is Pluto's largest satellite. So about Pluto, that is, Pluto is very, very cold. It is much colder than Antarctica. You know, Antarctica is a continent. It is so cold that Earth's air would freeze into a kind of snow there. Pluto is a dwarf planet in the solar system. Its formal name is 134340 Pluto. The dwarf planet is the 9th largest body that moves around the Sun. At first, Pluto was called a planet. Now it is the largest body in the Kuiper belt. So, why is Pluto called a dwarf planet? The question can be arised. So, because it has not cleared the neighborhood around its orbit, Pluto is considered a dwarf planet. It orbits in a disk-like zone beyond the orbit of Neptune called the Kuiper belt, a distant region populated with frozen bodies left over from the solar system's formation. So, dear learner, we have completed the discussion on the 8 planets of the solar system, terrestrial planets and giant planets. So, let's see one video on the Pluto.
When Pluto was discovered in 1930, it was named the 9th planet of the solar system. More than 75 years later, that planetary status was revoked, and Pluto was demoted to a dwarf planet. Many people were left wondering what changed and what the difference was between a planet and a dwarf planet. The controversy began in 1992 when astronomers discovered other icy bodies out beyond Neptune's orbit in a region called the Kuiper belt. The debate only intensified when objects approaching Pluto's size were discovered. In 2005, an object called Eris was discovered, which appeared to be larger than Pluto. Some people wanted Eris recognized as the 10th planet. Others argued that so many objects similar to Pluto in the same area of space meant that Pluto was not a planet, but some new kind of object. In 2006, the International Astronomical Union formed a committee to decide once and for all what characteristics qualified an object to be called a planet. According to the committee, a planet must orbit around the Sun, have enough mass to pull itself into a round or nearly round shape, and have cleared its orbit of other objects and debris. Pluto met the first 2 guidelines, but not the third, meaning it could not be considered a planet. The term dwarf planet was created for objects that orbit the Sun and have enough mass to pull themselves into mostly round shapes, but have not cleared their orbits of other objects. Currently, 5 objects in the solar system are classified as dwarf planets: Pluto, Eris, Ceres, Haumea, and Makemake, and it is likely that more will be discovered.
So I think you have enjoyed these video clips. Thank you all. Stay safe and stay blessed at home. May Almighty Allah showers His blessings upon you.